Hey, good morning, everybody. We got some action overnight. Look at this. Market's whipping around all over the place. Good morning, Julian. Already 4 minutes till the open, and price action certainly looking interesting, that's for sure. Hey, McLeese, good morning. Hey, Neil, Joanne, Ed, Kellen, what's up, everybody? Hey, Jonathan, Happy New Year to you. All right, so we basically have a little volatile range overnight. I'm going to mark the lows from yesterday, and I think the market opened on the low. I don't think it ever downticked from where we opened. Yeah, that's crazy. Opened on the low. Went up all day. It looks like we touched that pretty much exactly on the overnight move there. So it's looking like we don't really have any news today. We do have President Trump speaking later this afternoon, but he hasn't really been moving the market lately, so I don't think we necessarily have to worry about that. Hope everyone's good. Lou, good morning to you. Freedom, what's up, what's up? Hey, Paul. So let's draw out this range that we basically have. Market is going to open up pretty soon. And we're very likely going to need a break above the overnight high or low to get anything decent. Unfortunately, it looks like moves are not playing themselves out. We had this big drop and it hasn't had a second leg, just drifted up into the middle of the range. So hopefully that can change as the market opens here. We got about 10 seconds. And there we are. Market is open. We're set to rock. And hopefully we can get the heck out of this range. All right, so this move up does appear to have two legs. We had this initial move right here, right? Had a break outside and a new high. So I could consider a reversal. We have one lower high here. If we can pop down below the EMA, get another lower high, could consider the short. But right now, no lower highs are coming. We're just drifting higher. And again, we don't really have any catalyst today, unfortunately, to push us anywhere. We'll have to rely on institutions forming positions. And yesterday we did have a decent uptrend, although it really fizzled out in the afternoon. Didn't really have a lot of follow through. See if there's any more conviction today. Continuing to push higher, although we are seeing the Nasdaq starting to form a bearish candle. Still above the EMA, but looks like it could start drifting lower. And Nasdaq also has the same pattern. We're basically at the top of this range right now. This uptrend played out, so we are waiting for the bears to step up. All right, there's the push down. I like that. I like that. So now looking for a lower high. Same on ES. We pushed below the EMA, so let's see if we can get that lower high. This could be a good short. Good morning, Michael. Hey, Rose. Hey, Octopus. Daryl. Good to see y'all. Octopus says rely on Trump's tweets. Unfortunately, his tweet, well, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it, his tweets are no longer rocking the market like they did in his first term or at the beginning of the year. Pretty much after April, once we got into like May or so, The market stopped caring about what he was tweeting. I don't suspect that change anytime soon. Unless he drops a real doozy. We're back above the moving average. Does not look like we're going to be getting follow through right now. So we don't have any news today. We do have some tomorrow, though. We kind of get back into our regular econ release schedule. So ISM services and JOLTS going down at 10 a.m. tomorrow, which I believe will be significant. Unemployment claims on Thursday, non-farm and the rate on Friday. So every other day besides today could possibly, I should say, have some juice behind it. All right, here we go, testing the moving average again. Let's see if we actually break through this time. Seeing some volatility. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Anna. It's good to see you guys. And it looks like we are finding some more support on the EMA so far. Wish this market would get a little conviction already. We're wavering here on the EMA, unclear whether this is going to hold a support or whether we're going to break. It is possible that this is all one wide channel. If the EMA continues to hold, and this fits pretty decently. But there we go. There's our break below. Nasdaq with a pretty strong close below. Oh shoot, actually we had a double lower high. I just didn't even notice that. That is a great setup if anyone took that. Uptrend played out. So we're not worried about the uptrend anymore. We got your high here. Oh, actually that wasn't a double lower high. Never mind. That was just the first lower high. I mean, still an okay setup to attempt. More aggressive than a double lower high though. If this turns into a lower high, I was going to say I'd take it, but that's a green bar. Kellen asking, what EMA do I use? I mean, I literally say it throughout the entire day. I don't know how you tuned in for so long and are not aware. I've even said it many times today, the 21. NQ putting in a couple green bars while ES has this bearish bar, and that's not a strong enough bear bar to take. I'm still waiting here. It kind of looks like this little downtrend already played out anyway. And it is usually important to wait for the first 30 minutes anyway to really get the market bias clear, get a clear picture of it. Usually by the first half an hour, you can gauge what the market's going to do for the day. Pretty solid bullish spike there. And we are now at the overnight high. Looks like we might start challenging some of these key levels above us. All right, testing that first key level. We're breaking above the overnight high. Unfortunately, though, when we make a wider channel, this looks like this is played out. So I'm still not interested in going long just yet. All right, getting a little bit of rejection here at the overnight low. I would consider a double lower high if it forms. Yet another push. Here we go. Could be breaking through that key level. This is kind of looking like the price action we had yesterday. Testing those key levels and continuing to charge upwards. We'll see. All right, I broke through the first key level, coming up to the second. Here's another chance at trying to break this level from yesterday. We were not able to make much progress. It's right where yesterday's high is. Now, should go without saying, but if we do break above this level and hold it, so if we break above like this, come back, retest it, and that holds, we're going to be bullish, right? That's when we stop looking for shorts. That's when we start trading trend continuation to the upside. But we have to wait for that because look at this. That's a warning shot by the bears right at this key level. So far, not breaking through it strongly. Not that it can't happen still, but it hasn't happened yet. Over on NQ, we have the same story, just now breaking through yesterday's high. Nasdaq has a little bit more room to run. And if Nasdaq pulls back and it holds that breakout level, I will consider going long. And maybe ES too. Maybe this is a brand new trend that's starting rather than the second leg of that previous one. We pulled back once and it held. I just don't like how close it is to that second key level, and we've already kind of rejected off of it. So yeah, it does look a lot better on the Nasdaq, but it's not completely out of the question for ES. Seeing if there's any way that this all is included in a larger channel. It doesn't really look like it though. Really close to breaking through that next level. We're right at it right now. NQ still has not really pulled back after breaking through. Jockey asking, what times do I trade in your paid community? London hours? No. No. I'm based in the States. I'm in Pacific time, so no, I trade the New York session. Angel, or Angel, I don't know, 94. Asking, a lot of people that use my strategy say you should go for 4-tick scalps. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend that either, because if you're going for 4-tick scalps, now listen, like here's the deal: is the edge is not in how many ticks you go for. The edge is in your entries, right? So you can be just as profitable going for 4 ticks as you can going for 4 points. It's all about the entry, but you do need to know that there's a trade-off, right? If you're going for 4 ticks, just like you said, you have to have you have to be really sure of yourself, because one loser can wipe out 4 winners, and especially how big the bar is. Like, you really, if you're only going for 4 ticks every time, you really have to focus on how big your stop is, because sometimes you get a high ATR and a bar is like 6 points. That really screws up your risk to reward. So yeah, the other thing is you'll have to have a really high win rate, obviously. So yeah, can you handle that mental pressure of having to be very accurate, having a high win rate? What I would recommend is, and what I think is easier mentally, is going for 1-to-1, basically. So keeping your size similar, so you have the same risk on every trade. So like adjusting your size if you have a really big bar, taking less contracts, or getting a limit order to where your risk is the same. So keeping your risk the same, and then going for 1-to-1. So your losers are going to be just as big as your winners, and all you have to do is get a win rate that's a little bit higher than 50%, and you're good to go. I think that's really easy to manage mentally, because those stats just make sense to us intuitively, much more than having a low win rate, which you can be profitable with, or having a really high win rate, which obviously you can be profitable with too. But I think kind of keeping it in the middle, keeping your risk balanced, is much easier to manage for most people. All right, so ES has now broken above at second key level, and let's see if it holds. If it does, we're going to be bullish. We're going to be looking for longs. If we reject here, most likely result is a range. Could still get a trend, but yeah, if we reject here, highest chance we have is a range, unfortunately. So far, it's looking like a pretty clean break to the upside. And as long as this holds, we will be bullish. So I will even consider extending the channel, something along those lines. I'm saying looking for a drop back to the bottom of channel for an entry. Looking for a pullback, yes. But watching very closely this key level. I'm not interested in taking a long if we drop down below here. I'm not sure that this channel is completely drawn correctly yet. We're just playing around with ideas, seeing what the market's going to do, but we have to stay above this key level if we're going to remain bullish. Over on NQ, just keeping tabs on that. Kind of hard to find a channel that includes all this price action. Well, actually that fits pretty decently. So we'll see what this pullback looks like. Same as ES, we need to see the breakout area hold. Watching ES, it's starting to pull back a little bit. We still haven't got to the 21 though. Just waiting patiently there. NQ has not made it back either. Yeah, I'd say this is looking pretty bullish, guys. Pretty dang bullish. Come on, market, just pull back for us. Just pull back for us. Give us an opportunity here. The all-time high for SPY is pretty close too. That'd be the next level we'd be looking at. Okay, here's the pullback. So this is it all hinges on this. This pullback has to hold. If we drop back below those key levels, a long is not going to look as great. And already Nasdaq, a couple of bearish bars closing below the 21. A little bit of weakness coming through there. Watching ES. We have not had the first attempt higher either here. Pullback. We're waiting for that first attempt higher. Oh, there it is. Just went higher than the previous bar. So now we need the second leg of that pullback. And then a bullish bar right here. And we can try to take a long. Come on, baby. Second leg of the pullback. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There's the second leg of the pullback. So now we just need a bullish bar. NQ is below the moving average though right now. Something to watch out for. NQ has the look like it wants to have a little bit deeper of a pullback back to the breakout area. In the ES, we have an inside bar here, kind of hard to take. Come on. We really want this bar to tick below the low of the previous bar, draw in those bears, and that's what really helps us go higher. These inside bars are not really helpful. And of course it'll probably work, but I'm not going to take it. McLeese scalped it. All right. Good on you. Good on you. Not a bad setup. I just prefer... I've seen those reversed too many times. I prefer it to actually not be an inside bar. But the good thing is this uptrend is still in play, so we can still look for a long on the next pullback. Kellen, you got it. You got it. And I'm glad some of y'all were able to take a trade there, get a little scalp. As far as opportunities for today, that was the best opportunity that today has presented so far. A couple tests of the EMA after a breakout of a key level. Pretty solid spot to take a chance. Over on NQ, also did not get an opportunity. Angel asking how many hours do I typically spend watching charts? Just depends. This is what I do. How many hours do you spend at work every day? It really depends on what's going on, right? Like there's just some days that are not worth trading. Like you get an hour into it and it's just beep, beep, flatlined, chopping around, not doing much. So yeah, I'll leave early on that. And also, like if I've already made several good trades for the day, there's no need to sit around and give it back. So it really just depends. But then there's some days it's like the market's moving, things are clicking, and you want to make the most out of it. So I'll stay the whole session. Still looking for another pullback on the S&P. Again, this trend is still in play, still good to go. Angel, no, I don't have a maximum amount of trades. Because you don't want to like limit yourself, right? If you have the perfect day in the market, you don't want to be like, well, I made $100, so I'm out of here. You got to take what the market is giving you. If it's giving you a ton of opportunities, you got to take those, because there's a lot of days that don't have any opportunities. So yeah, you have to take advantage of things when they present themselves. So I don't have a set number of trades that I'm looking to take or not take. It all depends on what the market is doing, and it depends on where I'm at emotionally and mentally. That's the biggest thing that some people forget about, is like, the market may be good, but if you're in a bad mental space, you should not be trading. So a lot of it too is like, is my emotional capital spent? If I'm just fried, like, I'll walk away sometimes, even if the market's good, because I know that I'm not in the right space to make the right decisions. So that's how you should think about it. Not, did I take a certain number of trades or did I make a certain amount of money? It should always be based on the market conditions and your conditions. Getting that pullback on ES again. We'll see if the EMA can hold. We already have one leg of the pullback here and one attempt higher here. Looking for that second leg and looking again for a nice bullish bar right there. If it all sets up right, we'll take the trade. Below the 21 here. If NQ gets a really green bar, I'll take it. But nope. Bearish body on it. Looking for a higher low on the S&P. Berry Picker asking, can we expect that charts on different platforms with the same instrument and time frame look exactly the same? Yeah, if you're trading time-based charts, they should look the same. If you're trading tick charts, they'll look a little bit different. Angel asking about trend lines. Sorry, there's like 3 questions there I'm trying to read through. Yeah, the main thing with trend lines, Angel, is just start on the, for an uptrend, start on the bottom wick and go to the body of the first swing. So start on the wick and then go to the body. But I think the bigger issue for you is you say that you see a trend play out and then you're taking the failure. Don't do that. Don't try to take failures. They're very hard to trade. You have to be really, really accurate in your read of the market. Just don't trade failures. That rather than focusing on trying to draw better, focus on taking the trades that actually have a really high chance of success. So trend continuation, second entry long, second entry short, and that will solve your problem there. Keep your trends tight. That's another thing. The wider you draw it, the sketchier it is. So keep your trends tight and stay with the trend, and you will avoid a lot of those the trades that are tripping you up. Well, the bullish bias is undeniable today. That much is true. So we will only be looking for longs. There's no reason to look for shorts today. So if you find yourself in that temptation looking to short this market, don't. And if you do, you have some serious issues to contend with. Stick with the trend. There is no indication today that shorts have any power. Bulls have won all the battles this morning, and very likely we will continue. Octopus, you can't tell me what to do. You're right. Short away, guys. YOLO this. Go all in. But yeah, very likely today we're going to be just chopping our way higher. Even if we have like a big drop, we'll most likely find support around here somewhere and continue to work our way up. So anyway, looking for those long opportunities. I'm going to call the stream off right now and head over to Discord if you want to join. Links below. You'll see all sorts of different options for that. Thanks again for hanging out with me today, guys. It's been good. It's been real. If you want to learn more, if you want to learn how to trade consistently, be patient, and have setups that you know work, check out the masterclass. I'm really proud of it. Put a lot of work into that. It's basically everything you need to know consolidated into 4 hours of content. Great stuff. Comes with a free Discord membership too. Have a great day, everybody. Catch you next time.